This is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Okayest Hunter podcast, coming at you from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, in the Okayest Hunter podcast studio. Woo! I'm your host, one of them, Eric.
El Nacho Libre.
Is that your name?
That's you.
I'm going to call you that.
I'm Nacho Libre.
I'm Nacho Libre.
I'm Nacho Libre.
What's your name?
Steve.
What's that video from a long time ago on YouTube with the... They're not gophers. They're like groundhogs. He's like, Alan. No,
Lemmings.
maybe his name's Steve.
Lemmings.
Steve. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, we know.
That's an old one. It's a good one.
That's quality.
Derek's here with us.
No, I'm Eric. I just
Oh,
have
hell.
the D in it.
He's Eric with the D.
Took the D out of E.
How did you so
I took
eloquently put that one time?
Your name's like Eric with the D in it. Got ugly.
Put
Yeah,
the
it
D
did.
in Eric.
The D, that's what
Something
it
you
was.
said.
Yeah, I take the D out of
That
Eric.
did not happen.
Take the D out.
Boy.
Keep the D out your mouth. That's how we did it. Something weird.
Something
I'm
weird.
about that level of tired and caffeination. That's not even a word, as you can tell.
I see you're having an unwinder there.
I don't know what to do.
Upper, downer. Upper, downer. Downer.
You're
upper.
John Beer.
My stomach is,
How old is that shit?
well, it's probably going to help me.
The only thing that could be older than that was the Little Caesars pizza that was on top of that. Which was,
I said,
Ooh,
don't
the mystery
judge me.
fridge.
I went in the garage and I really, how are you going to get your trade show stuff out of there?
I don't want to talk
Is
about
it locked in
It's
tight?
in the back.
You know how stressed out
Dude,
I
I
am
can't
about
get to
this?
the refrigerator.
It's bad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, every square inch is being used. You're using it.
Do you remember on the way back from Iowa, I was like, Tyler,
Yeah,
I don't think you understand. There's no room in my garage.
yeah, I do remember.
And I wasn't joking.
And
But
now
maybe
I
his
saw it.
garage is just as packed full of shit.
It's not.
No.
No. But, shit, it's not good, dude.
I'm not sure there could.
It sounds like
garage
we're
could
having
be
a
more
cleaning.
packed
I think
than
we're
that
having a
one.
cleaning party. Like,
I clean my
After
garage.
I get back from Florida.
I know how to clean my garage. I just need it to warm up. I got to get past this trade show,
Spring
and then it'll happen. I do it. If you look at Spartan Forge, like I talked about last week, you can see every April I got bagsters in the driveway. This is an annual thing here.
Mhm.
Last year, though, I had my dad, who works for a garbage company, he brought a roll-off over.
Yeah, you had that.
And all the neighbors were like, are you guys moving out? I'm like, no. What?
we're cleaning out.
Just cleaning, Ted.
Cleaning. Yeah. By the way, we're brought to you by Half Rack. Check out half-rack.com. They're our presenting sponsor. We got some Half Rack goodies at the table tonight.
We do.
Got some the sit and spin bucket toppers over there. I don't.
You were looking forward to saying that all day.
I
weren't
think
you?
I'm more excited to try that for turkey hunting than I am to actually do the turkey hunting. Like, I am just really enthused to sit on a sit and spin bucket. I don't love those things. You know when you go to the doctor and your kid, you just dangle your knees or your feet and you're just swinging and swinging? I'm that. But, like, this is another
You're the
version of
fidget.
it.
Yeah, you're the fidget guy.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is not good for turkey hunting. I'm
You
not
sat
gonna-
on the medicine ball when you were in class in third grade because
Sounds
you
wrong.
wouldn't sit still.
Bouncing up and down, rolling back and forth, side to side.
I guess I might be that kid too.
Yeah, your head almost touched the ceiling last week. I couldn't handle that. So, yeah, check out those guys, half-rack.com. Use code OHP, save some money. We don't have them yet because there's more coming in the mail. They have the hunter hangers. It's not these. They're very different. I don't even know how to describe it. So I'll have to just wait till next week when we do this again. Although next week, you guys aren't here. Neither of you guys are here.
No.
It's time to vacate to warmer temperatures.
Spring Brizik.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I wish I should have planned for that. I didn't. Well, I'll have a guest on next week that I think everyone will be pretty happy to hear from.
Yes.
Very good, guys.
I don't dare say it out loud now because I'll probably
No,
ruin
don't.
it.
Don't
So
say it.
I wouldn't.
Just
No.
stand by. It's
Just
a good
know
one.
that I am very sad that I'm missing this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I've
Every
looked
once in
up
a
to
blue
this
moon,
person
I
for
like
a very
catch
long
a
time.
Yep.
catch a car, like the dog chasing cars. I catch one. Look, I got one. What do I do now? You guys are leaving.
His articles are a very good read usually.
Yeah, it'll be good. shout out to all of our sponsors: Latitude, Spartan Forge, Method, Go Wild, OHP across the board. Given the seasonality of things or the topic, certain partners are going to get more love at different times of the year, just kind of how it is, but we love you all just the same. I promise. I just don't have a lot of great things to say in March about anything, really, other than, like, I don't know, Spartan Forge, you can mark pins for sheds, and you can really get into using the app and doing your spring scouting. Method, you should be shooting your arrows and your bow. Well, shooting your bow to test your arrows.
I even used it so much as to scout certain areas of the beach where I'm going to.
Oh, like an avionics, but not.
But not.
Are you getting more detail?
Because the ocean changes, the shoreline changes by the month. I get to see if there's sandbars, if there's troughs, if there's cuts, all that good stuff, all the washouts.
Sounds like a good topic for your fishing podcast.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It might be good toilet reading.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It might put someone to sleep. I don't know.
Go Wild, by the way, Latitude, by the way, we just got a saddle for Jace.
Sweet.
Our camera guy. So we were talking about that the other week. That showed up. That's exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on those speed sticks.
The sticks and platforms are going to be pretty awesome.
Same.
So excited. The sticks also excited.
Yeah.
All of it. They're so great. I like those guys. Anyway, I like all of them, obviously.
They are, for real, doing the best job innovating, like truly making things that are different. Like that X-Wing platform, when they put that like picture out there, people were like, what the hell is this? I was like, this is different. I like this because it has a different purpose than every other platform out there.
Yeah.
And that's cool. It's hard to do.
It's so hard to innovate.
It's so hard to do, like something different.
Yep. Even half right, they're trying to innovate. Like, I don't say trying as in like they're failing, but like, it's really hard to innovate right now because everyone's doing it. So you're just moving like micrometers. And so it never feels that like.
We're in the golden age of technology. Yeah. We're not in the golden age of deer hunting, so to speak.
Yeah, maybe
you know, like I think your chance to get a really giant buck, I'm not saying it's not here right now still, but the chances get less and less every year. I think we had more big deer in our environment probably 10, 12 years ago.
I'm writing an article about this.
Is that something about like before podcasts?
Possibly.
And YouTube.
It's
and
me.
YouTube.
I'm the problem. It's me.
It's
the Taylor Swift song. We gotta guess. Let's quit.
Anyway,
quit effing around here. What's up, Ed? How you doing, man?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for joining the shit show, the shenanigan train, whatever you want to call it. You've listened. You know what you're getting into here, I hope.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Ed is the founder of Our Grounds Coffee. Are you in Pennsylvania? Is that where you are?
Yeah, we're in PA, just south of Philadelphia.
Yeah, and you're either in Michigan or Pennsylvania if you're in this industry, I swear. You're not here in Wisconsin.
It seems to be how it is.
And if I go on a hunting trip, those are the two license plates I see anywhere out of state is Michigan or Pennsylvania. Or Vermont. There's a lot of Vermonters that are traveling too.
A lot of Vermonters.
That's Vermonters.
Funny. Is that how you say it? Oh, what are you pouring up there? What do you got? That's
that
a small batch of something.
Yeah, a little Blanton's, you know.
Oh, very nice.
I fancy myself a glass of bourbon every once in a while.
Well, you did
good
one night. I'm not
Cheers
drinking
to that, my friend.
Yeah, I'll drink to that, right?
Yeah, some drop time. There we go. So
you guys were talking about uppers and downers before, so I'm sitting here looking at a French press full of coffee. I got bourbon here, water there.
That is the ultimate.
Like, might fit in.
You could mix the two together and you might mellow out. I don't know.
That's what I'm going for.
At least he's got a neutral on the table too. He's got water. We don't have any of that.
Yeah, a splash of water just in case.
I have a little.
I actually love the French press. That's I do it most mornings. I do the French. I have like a little tea kettle thingamajigger. It's I set the temp and it holds it, and then I do my French press with the coarse ground coffee and let it steep for.
You know what you're doing.
4 minutes precisely ish, or no less than that, and. I do bulletproof coffee. I'd put butter in there and MCT oil, and I get locked in for the day. I don't have to have coffee.
You gotta be careful with that MCT oil stuff.
Yeah, you get disaster.
I don't
pants.
even know what language you're speaking right now.
You don't want to get disaster pants.
He's putting butter in his coffee.
He's putting butter in his coffee.
I'll brew you up a.
Not really. That must make that first sip of the morning real interesting.
Yeah, grease you up to slide right out.
I thought the whole point of drinking coffee was so that was easy. Now you're making it easier.
Yeah, the butter.
Easy and quick.
Easy like Monday morning.
Have you read that? Easy like a Monday morning. Easy like a Monday morning.
Lord.
Nope, done.
This
back to work.
podcast just went to shit.
Did you read the Bulletproof Diet? Do you know all about that business?
So I have an idea about it. I'm not super. I did the keto diet for a while, and I was looking for any way to like get fats into my diet. So it was like grass-fed butter, ghee, MCT oil. But yeah, I do the keto.
I just like the
diet.
coffee. I was like, man, I'm not gonna do all that other stuff. This coffee is real good though, and I'm about
coffee
it.
Tastes good. It's smooth. It's like real creamy. It's like
creamy.
It's like putting cream in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the MCT oil is the only thing keeping me from getting absolutely huge and fat because it keeps my metabolism on lock.
Right? No.
Yeah.
Don't
MCT stands for
hard.
medium chain triglyceride. It's just like the chemistry and how your body breaks that down is a little bit different. So it really gets your metabolism kind of activating, which is why if you have too much of it, you get what's called disaster pants. You will have
That sounds like a work from home
not
day.
good.
Is there an asterisk on that says "Do not wear light colored pants"?
It's like It's actually like coconut oil. It's not anything too different. It's like a concentrated form of coconut oil.
I cook with coconut oil a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're like half a teaspoon away from disaster.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
stop at 2 tablespoons. I don't go beyond that, and that's my mark. It's but yeah, you feel like it doesn't get you jittery. It doesn't get you all crazed up. You just feel like smooth operator, and that will get me till about 1 or 2 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, well, that was a nice start to the day. Let's go eat some
then
food.
you start drinking bourbon. Right?
Yeah, there we go. that's on my boss. We got a bar at work. No, man, it's good stuff. So talk about
That was about the
our
smoothest
grunts.
intro we've ever
Right.
Sorry.
Talk about the upper you got over there, your coffee, and what you got going on in Pennsylvania. You got a nice little startup over there.
Yeah, we started up like a year. Actually, it was just a year ago. I guess what was it? Last month it was a year ago. So we ran super smooth for like 8 months, just kind of doing podcasts like this and just social media marketing and stuff like that. And it just kind of caught fire quick. We had a little misrun in with Black Rifle Coffee, which kind of helped a ton. They didn't like rip our idea off, but they had a coffee come out that was the same name. The logo was like pretty similar. So that brought like a ton of eyeballs to us, and we kind of just took off from there.
Did they send you a cease and desist, or you're not going to lawyer up against those guys? What happened?
No, I mean, I got super lucky. They were just like super cool about it. They came out with it, and then a bunch of like my fan base and like
They copied you.
That was douchey, right? But like my degenerate friends like blew them up on social media. And actually Evan Hafer messaged me, the owner of Black Rifle, and was like, yo, this is what happened. And then like the marketing director or whatever from there reached out and they apologized. They were super cool about it. Like
that'd be like if Miller Coors like copied a microbrew. I feel like that's what we're dealing with here. Is like, but no, this is fun. This is fun. Here, I know about this.
I was like super grateful. Like, I thought they were just gonna smash me. Like I'm selling coffee out of my basement. I'm like renting a roaster. They sell like $2 billion worth of coffee a year. And I was like, I had a bunch of my buddies were like, oh, you're gonna sue them. I'm like, with what? Like,
get out of here.
With what?
You clearly don't understand how business works, friend.
Like, I'm by no means, Joe Blow business guy, but like I have enough sense to like they're a publicly traded company and I'm selling coffee out of my basement. Like, no, I'm not gonna go after Black Rifle Coffee. Plus they get sued all the time, so they have a ton of practice. But they were like super, super cool. Like, I was really fortunate that they didn't just kind of smash us. Because like Roosevelt is our biggest selling roast. It's our medium roast. And we get Teddy Roosevelt riding a moose, and they kind of had the same idea. I don't want to say they ripped us off because like I think it'd be douchey of me to say that like Black Rifle Coffee has any idea who Our Grounds Coffee Company is. Like they're the big leagues. We're like just a group of like a little family selling coffee to our friends and family. And
you know what's funny about that though? Like some of these big companies, not even the hunting category. This is across the board. This is everywhere. I've noticed this kind of stuff. They'll keep their eye on things, look at what's going on in the market, and this little guy will never notice. He won't ever care. In fact, it'll be a compliment. And we're gonna just take this idea and run it up the flagpole, and no one will ever know the wiser. And
Right.
I wouldn't.
And
I'm not saying they did it, but I'm saying I wouldn't be totally surprised if someone there
Knowing
brainchilded that and
they
like,
could get away with
they
it.
couldn't. Yeah, it could have been like because there's teams. You know, it could have been Johnny on their team. Like,
Right.
hey guys, I got this great idea, and then all of a sudden it got adoption and traction, and they rolled it out without ever looking for other IP, and suddenly, boom, there it is, and you're like, well, what the
Right.
shit? And it really could have come from you, or it could have been like, coincidence, but I don't really believe in
Could have
those.
been like shit dumb. Could have been like shit dumb luck. You know, it also could have been like they saw it, didn't think anything of it, and then we're like, oh, this is a great idea, and came up with it a week later. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It helped me if anything.
Yeah, so that's
You know
kind of
what I
cool.
mean?
You got to ride their coattails for a minute, and they let you do it. Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
and they were
as a
super cool
consolation
about it.
prize, bud, we'll let you like just garner some out of this, and like we'll call it good, yeah.
When people, when people look for their Roosevelt or they Google Roosevelt looking for Black Rifle Coffee, the first link is ours. So they click on it and they're like, oh, who's these guys? This isn't Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah, these guys are right in my backyard, Pennsylvania, where all the hunters are.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
go.
support this guy. This is great.
And they have, you know, half the time, half the people hate Evan Hafer because he says something dumb on his podcast, like, which I don't necessarily disagree with half the time with what he's saying. But they're like, screw those guys, go for the little guy. And it's kind of helped, you know?
Yeah, don't worry. This podcast isn't done yet. You might say something stupid too. It's you have
Oh, yeah.
a lot of runway here.
Yeah,
You're not-
we're 16 minutes in. I'm 3 bourbons in, so we're good.
I'm just getting her warmed up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just getting the engine started here. So, how many blends do you guys have?
So we have 2 right now. We have 2 single origins, and then our color phase is going to be our light roast coming out, and it was supposed to come out in the spring, but everything kind of got pushed back with the whole roaster disaster. So once we kind of relaunch and I get the roaster put in the house and all, we're going to come out with all 3. So we'll have Muley Mayhem, Roosevelt, and then color phase.
That's cool. You know, I don't think people know this, but you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. Light roast has more caffeine than dark roast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why people don't think that that's true. But like, I like my
Well, they
coffee
think-
dark, and I'm like, yeah, I like it light because
Yeah.
it tastes good and it's
they-
got more caffeine.
Right. Well, they have this idea that like the stronger, like the harder your. I mean, compared to bourbon, you drink like an Elijah Craig 127 proof, and then you drink a 90 proof Blanton's. You think, you know, the harder stuff or the thing that's harder to drink or burns a little more going down has more alcohol in it. Coffee's kind of the opposite. The stuff that's kind of harder to drink and less tea-like, if you will, has less caffeine in it. And then your lighter roast, the floral, fruity flavored, like tea-like coffees, they have more because you're doing less to the bean during that cooking process. You're not roasting away as much of the bean. It holds more of its like nutrients and the caffeine.
I like the light notes when you say light and fruity. I don't know when I started liking that stuff, and you have to you're supposed to steep it at like a higher temperature too to extract more of that. Isn't that correct? What are the better temperatures? I actually can't find a good through line of conversation on the damn.
So
internet.
like anywhere from like 197 to like 203. You
Oh
don't wanna
shit,
get
I'm at
super,
205.
super high. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, unless you're drinking
3 degrees.
coffee like next to each other all the time, it's like getting tasting notes in bourbon. Most people drink bourbon and are like, oh yeah, that's whiskey or that's bourbon. They're not getting like, oh, the oakiness or the whatever you're getting out of bourbon. With the coffee, you get more floral, you get more taste out of it when you're drinking it side by side, not just like 1 cup every day or 2 cups every day, hours apart.
So optimal temperature for a light roast would be 202?
Like 203.
203?
I try not to go any higher than like 203.
Or I'm just scorching beans over here.
Most of the time, you let it boil for a second, and then you let it
Simmer
sit for
down.
just like 15 seconds, and then you're good to go.
Dude, there's guys I used to work with they got like really fanatical about their tea, and like there's different tea types, tea leaves, tea, and they had like they would weigh it, the temperature would be perfect. If they poured it from too high up, it cooled down too much. I'm like, bro, it's just tea. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on? And here I am with my coffee.
You
Yeah.
turned
Put
into the
butter
Bobby
into it.
Boucher of coffee. The pH
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, that's a good
Throw
comparison,
that shit
actually.
in Harbor. We're drinking coffee. Like,
No, that's great. So you're 1-ish year into it, or
yeah. So we just got done our first year, so I guess it's like 13 months.
hey, happy birthday, businessman.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
we made it a year.
That's cool. Yeah, David Nowakowski. David, I can never say your last name right. I'm really sorry because we know you now. But he said he didn't know that the caffeine levels in roast. So yeah, look at we're teaching people stuff.
I had no clue either.
So
knowledge.
when does I'm gonna do a hard gear shift here? When does turkey season start in Pennsylvania?
Turkey's what is it? It's the last week in April, first week in May. I think it might be May 1st actually this year. So we'll run the whole month of May.
It's similar to our season.
Look at my resident DNR guy basically here, Greg Tubbs, Mrs. Calling in Life.
Warden Tubbs.
Yeah, you would have made a good warden. You could have done that, but then you just wouldn't be able to hunt as much. But you'd be outside all the time.
I would be not hunting at all. I'd be busting people.
Which I think
I don't know how
enjoy.
hard it is to like. You guys are in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Pennsylvania, if you want to be a game warden, that's like what I wanted to do. It's so hard. I would have had a better shot making the big leagues.
I mean, right now they're looking for wardens. Here,
really?
Yeah, we need wardens. But it's along the lines of going to school to become a police officer, where you're going and you're putting your time in with that, doing ride-alongs, and you could go either way. You could be a game warden or a police officer.
Dude, I want to do a
ride-along.
ride-along.
Schooling.
We should do that for a podcast episode, topic.
You should.
Do you think they'll let us do
in
it?
the back of the patrol car?
I know the way you could get in touch with a warden.
Don't give me
Got
any
a few
trouble.
ideas.
Greg's like, oh, don't set me up here, man. Keep it clean. Greg, one time we were hunting together, and some guy wasn't wearing blaze, and he's yelling at him out of the tree stand. Hey, where's your blaze?
You were?
Take it easy there, Warden Greg. See what I'm saying?
Hey, man. He snuck in on us.
He was. He was like.
I had him scared a little shitless.
He was like, oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to. And I looked it up, and okay, you don't have to, but you realize you almost got your ass shot by two kids wearing blaze orange, and you were right in front of them, and they didn't even know you were there. Oh, really? Yeah, get out of here.
Because he wanted to hunt two species of birds or something.
Yeah.
You want the geese to see him.
Yeah. Like, use your head, man. Safety first. Anytime there's a gun involved, it's bird season. There's tall cover. You should be wearing orange.
Yeah, Greg.
Especially on public land, man.
Yeah, we were inundated with bird hunters that evening. Like, we should have never even attempted hunting that spot. Well,
we learned our lesson on that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Never again. And that's how you end up getting to the phrase to say never again, because you've learned something the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
But you went into it thinking, we'll see how it goes.
That's correct.
Yes.
And then never again.
Never again.
That'll be next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are you going to try to chase some birds, or what are you going to do?
So the roaster is going to show up right in May, I think. So I'm probably not going to get out. I'm going to have so much to do once we get relaunched. Hopefully, I have a ton to do once we relaunch and stuff, and even get in the basement and all set up. I might try to get out one or two times because I'll, Jones for it. But we had a big property that we used to hunt in northern PA, and we lost it this year. So we have to work it public, which I don't have a problem with doing. Turkey hunting in PA, public land is so hard though. It's so hard. If you can consistently kill turkeys on public land in PA, I'm convinced you're
probably also killing big bucks.
Potentially.
Let's get Bomar. Let's get Bomar Tonic to call into the episode. I don't have the phone number set up tonight, but
that guy's a killer, man. I'll tell you. And you know who's even bigger killer than Bomar Tonic is his brother.
Yeah,
his
I saw pictures of that
isn't
guy.
I don't know what he is. I don't really know Bo. I reached out to Bo when I started the company. But he does writing for Black Rifle, I think. But we have mutual friends.
Yeah.
And I mean, that dude and his brother killed more stuff. It's unbelievable.
He's a really nice guy. He's got a lot of what I would say charisma. You hang out with him and you're like, I like this guy. He's just got a really good personality, good head on his shoulders. He's a fun guy to be around. He's pretty just likable, and he's smart. Yeah. And he knows what he's doing. I think.
Yeah, that group of guys.
He does.
That group of guys, our mutual friend Greg Litzinger.
Oh, yeah,
Greg Zinger's a good guy.
He's a really nice person. Talking about Latitude, he's at the Latitude booth a lot when they do trade shows.
Yeah, he's always at the Latitude booth. Him and I used to work at Cabela's, worked in the bow shop together.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's how we met. And dude, he's just the guy knows so much about it, and he's just been doing it for so long, and he consistently kills. And he's flies under the radar. You have these guys that have 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 followers on Instagram, and then you got a guy like Greg who's got like 3,000, and the guy he's filled with so much knowledge and he puts so much stuff out there. He just needs like that blow up, and people just need to see it.
I don't think he cares. Like he's happy.
No, he doesn't.
Doing his thing.
But
right.
but he's also a guy, like I reached out to him and started talking to him just through Instagram, and he's like, here's my phone number.
Yeah.
So then him and I were calling and chatting on my
probably text him right now,
home.
and he'll say,
yeah.
He's usually he's a pretty good dad and husband, so he's like, I got.
And he works hard. He's got a hard job, and he's doing everything he can to be successful when he gets out.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's just like that. Like he's just like the blue collar guy that kills a bunch of deer every day. You know what I mean?
You guys in Pennsylvania, I went out there to the the Allegheny. I'm probably saying it wrong. Forest.
Allegheny.
Yeah.
Allegheny.
Yeah, I said it wrong. Of course, I said it wrong. I hunted with Bo and
he would have called it
Lee
Gitchy
and Johnny Stewart and all these guys. Johnny Stewart, he's talking about another nice guy.
Johnny Stewart's another guy.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I know him like through Greg.
He's
but yeah,
like-
those guys they're super knowledgeable.
So freaking nice. Just put me on a pin that he had. He explained everything. This is the tree. Showed it to me on the map. He's like, all that stuff, right? I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what he's doing.
I think Johnny gets more pride on helping people out
does.
than he does being successful
We
himself.
stayed at his cabin. He was a hell of a host. He just took care of everybody.
Yeah.
I think we all use his
And you
beard
guys just
trimmer.
met him online?
Yeah, I think at some point through the internet, and then I got invited out. We all did. I just the only one that could make it, I think, to the Spartan Forge vet hunt, their first one that they did out in PA there at Johnny's cabin. That was fun, like a good group of guys. But that forest is vast. It reminds me very much so of like the Northwoods of Wisconsin, a bit hillier, but I can't imagine hunting turkeys in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. Like, what do those birds live on? Like,
Dude,
what do they do?
It's so hard.
And there's so much predation. How the hell do you kill a turkey in that?
I had never killed one in PA. I killed them. Well, I lived in North Carolina, and it's just a different bird. These are like mountain birds, and it's just like a mountain buck. They're just hard to kill, man.
How would you have you ever turkey hunted up in your area?
That's where I started up there.
Did you ever have any success?
Yeah, I've killed a bunch.
Shut up. Of course you did.
Killed a couple.
Get out of here. How did it go? Like, what do you do?
Leftover acorns.
Yeah,
in
Acorn
Oak Flats.
Oak Flats, you need to hunt them.
Yep. Ridge sides lead down to cedar swamps, hemlocks.
Yeah, anywhere they got a little bit of open where the
You're just
green
saying
starts
words
to
now.
grow.
You're just saying hemlock. What's that? What are they? Tell me
Hemlock
what
is
you're
a
talking about.
pine.
All right. These are the things that our audience doesn't always know.
Well, maybe they do know. When we're talking, you're the audience here.
That's
So,
right.
yeah,
I will.
okay.
I get to ask the dumbest questions.
But just like Ed is saying, they're just different. Like he mentioned, like mountain bucks. Like we don't have that terrain here, but like anything that lives up north in the Northwoods, in the big woods, like northern PA and all that stuff, like they have to be tough to survive because all the stupid ones are dead already, right?
They got scarce though too. There's just probably not a lot of populace, and there's so much.
We
Vast
saw a bunch of
land.
turkey tracks when we
Oh,
did our
That's all
our
we
jungle
were,
gym.
Yeah,
There was turkey tracks.
We were finding more turkey tracks, and we found a couple bear tracks.
Yep. Coyote tracks.
way less deer tracks than anything else.
Yeah.
Well, man, you got the Orange Army too. PA's got so many hunters, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most impressive part about that group of guys. Like they're so giving to everybody. They're like, oh, here's a pin. This is where I killed a deer last year, or this is the general area. And then there's just millions of people out there every year, and those guys just consistently kill stuff. It's kill big deer. Like it's not that hard to go kill a deer.
They've been accused of flying in trophy bucks into areas. Have you heard about that?
Well, one person in particular, and it's not even.
It's not well, yeah, but they're all good pals. So, like, basically, we're talking about the Spartan Forge Pro Staff, which is like a bit of a dream team in the whitetail world. And Lee Ellis with Seek One, like, people have accused him of like helicoptering in trophy deer into areas.
Oh, Jesus!
For real?
There's a pin now on Spartan Forge that they did where it's like the
helicopter deer drop pin.
Yes.
I've not heard of this.
There's a contest he had submitted. He's like, why don't we do a contest and submit your drawings of like this? Let's see the memes, the drawings, and people put all these submissions in of like him helicoptering deer in.
Oh my god!
Because people are like, no way you can kill that many big deer. Like we talk about hunter bashing, and it goes the pendulum swings to both ends. It swings to the guys that do a good job killing big ones just as much as it does the guys killing little dinks. Like it's just it's wild the ridicule that people get for doing literally like it's like what's that Marine Corps movie? Good morning. How do you know it's a good morning? It's like, man, I was just trying to post good morning. Why do you gotta like freak out?
Saying
people?
hi.
Yeah, come on.
We're our own worst enemy though when it comes to all that stuff.
Right. Well,
people can complain about like the hate we get. I say we like we're a cult, but like the hate we get from like the outside, like animal activists and all. But like, dude, there's so much hate between dudes that just shoot a crossbow and shoot a regular bow.
Yeah, the inner circle hate is worse.
It's worse.
It's way worse.
Yeah.
Because
it's personal.
Those other people, they're not trying to lock horns. That'd be like, the rare time you see a whitetail go up against a sheep or something. Like, they're just two different. Those are two different species. But whitetail are fighting whitetail all the time, and we're just a bunch of whitetails fighting whitetails, like amongst ourselves. Like, come on, like you realize you're not going to get the doe that way.
It's not helping.
You're gonna lock horns. You're gonna die together in that damn river. Just chill out. Another Taylor Swift song. It's 7 a.m.
You are a Swiftie.
You're a Taylor Swift.
He is a Swiftie.
I had no idea.
Dude, her music is incredible. It is the catchiest, most fun. She's like, she went from a country singer to a pop singer to, she's just transcending all boundaries of the musical industry and crushing it. As she goes to people's weddings randomly, she's an expert marketer. I tell you, we want to learn some marketing. Follow Taylor Swift. And the bonus, the icing on the cake, is my 5-year-old daughter loves it.
Is that your is that your get out of wedding free card right there?
I don't have I did not get out of wedding free. I got big trouble for not going to wedding once.
Okay.
Sore spot in my marriage.
I had a student today who we were talking about, like, if you could go somewhere, where would you go? And she was like, I would go to Taylor Swift's house. And I was like, what would you do at Taylor Swift's house? She's like, I just hang out with her. And I was like, I don't think Taylor's going to be there. And she's like, well, her cat has an $8 million collar. And I was like, someone who has an $8 million collar is probably not hanging out at home waiting for money to come in. They're probably out working.
Right.
That's funny.
$8 million collar. Jeez. I just bought a Garmin collar for Birdie, the Garmin e-collar thing, and it was like $400, and I was kicking myself.
Yeah, you were walking funny when you got done buying that.
Yeah.
You checking out with some KY jelly at the same time? You having a good night? No, I'm not.
Not at all. I can't even get the dog to listen to me with this collar.
Hopefully it looks good.
It sounds like you got some buyer's remorse.
Yeah, it's for Instagram pictures.
Looks like a damn well-trained dog.
Put it in Lightroom, tweak it a little bit. Yeah,
There
that looks great. That's the money shot.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny, man. Yeah, no, I do like Taylor Swift, and there's always a quote I can pull out of something for something.
That's
But
good.
people do need to calm the flip down though. I get riled up though. I'll get right in there with it, but I try to like simmer down. I try to remove myself.
Tyler
for a while.
gets hot. That's who gets hot.
Yeah.
Tyler gets hot.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Yeah, he's like, should I light this guy up? No, do not.
He's
do
like
that.
ready. He's like all ready.
Do not light that guy
Like
up.
at the flip of a switch.
You
He's
cannot
ready
be
to.
the brand lighting people up.
He's
We're not
the guy
Wendy's.
standing there with the lighter, man.
Go for a walk. Come back to it. Cool off.
No, he's the guy who
Good
just
old time.
doused everything in gas and is like, can we do it?
Can we do it?
Can we do it?
Can we do it? I got him right here.
And he's like, I'm like, should I call the fire department? No, don't call those guys. We're not let them motherfucker burn. It was crazy. Holy cow! What are we talking about?
Sidetrack. It happens.
Someone bring me back onto a track here.
So hunting.
That was a fun bell.
There we go.
Wow, you just kind of did it. Yeah. Wow, what bourbon number is that? You're outpacing us.
Well, it's later here, I think, right?
Oh, yeah,
Or is
you're
it
right.
your guys'
But
time?
by an
It's
hour.
like almost 8 o'clock.
I don't know if it is or
I
not,
gotta-
but that sounds like a great excuse.
That hour difference is a big difference. Almost 8 o'clock versus almost 7 o'clock is way more justifiable to be down in more bourbon. Dude, my stomach is angry. I can't do anything right now. I'm really
So,
jealous.
Ed, you brought it up there when you were talking about Hunter Division, and I just don't know how it works in Pennsylvania, but how is the crossbow versus archery? Like, how does that work in Pennsylvania? Is it a concurrent season? Does it run with archery just like normal?
It runs with archery just like normal.
Just
It's
like
considered
ours
archery
does.
equipment.
And your archery comes in October 1st?
In
or-
October 1st, depending on where you're at. So I have a spot that I hunt that's not too far from here that opens up in September. So that'll open up September and it'll run. You pretty much hunt all the way through. What is it? I guess January 31st in the same unit. Some units are open super long, But there's like a couple week break between Thanksgiving and Christmas after rifle season, and then you can hit the woods again for late season.
Gotcha.
Late season's rough. Greg, you
Dude, I love.
I enjoy it though. I mean,
Oh, look at this! You guys are gonna strike up a little bromance here.
Look at that. We talked about wait, who said that? Oh yeah, we talked about bird dogs earlier. Now we like late season.
late
How about we
season's
start
cool.
a podcast at your house?
Well,
Do you want a roaster over there too?
yeah.
This is the Wisconsin division.
I'll have you know there is a fishing podcast that goes on in my house, but either
You got
way,
plenty of room in that basement.
Yeah, I
Gregory.
do. I certainly do.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll stay out of the way. You won't even know I'm there.
That's fine.
It smells so good, though.
Smells so delicious.
Does it smell good when it's roasting? By the way, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, there's parts of it where it doesn't smell like
Like-
amazingly fresh coffee, but it gets there. You know what I mean? Once you get to a certain point,
Mhm.
as long as you're ventilated, all right, because you get a lot of carbon dioxide that gets let off from the bean. So as long as you're venting it out the right way, you won't drop dead, and it smells all right.
That's good.
How many people have died in their basement trying to start a coffee company? Sounds like an
I don't
ice
know.
shanty
I
situation.
hope we
with
don't
fishing.
start the trend.
Right? As long as the house doesn't leave the foundation, you'll be fine.
People overdosing on
People,
caffeine,
so
or are
let's
they
not
just
start here.
roasting in their house? What are they doing here? Jeez.
But
Yeah.
getting back to late season.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thank you.
Late season's great when you're on the deer. That's when it's great. When you're,
I think
I've never been on the deer in late season.
it's tough, man.
Ever.
It's
gotta find
very,
food.
it's very tough. Yeah, you got to have the right food, the right cover, and in an area where they're not pressured. So if you're hunting public land, good luck.
Yeah.
If you have the right piece of private land, it's phenomenal. If you have the wrong piece of private land where you can see them but you can't get to them, it's just like hunting public land where
Yeah.
it's a desert. There's nothing happening. So
We have a late shotgun season here too.
Mm.
That makes it helpful. It's a little easier to sit in your tree stand when it's
Sure.
10 degrees. It gets colder where you guys are at too. So I enjoy my cold season, late season, but I'm sure it's a little colder where you
I
guys
don't know.
are
It's
at.
got to be just as cold there. Like,
I think we're pretty similar.
Pretty
probably.
similar.
It's very
Yeah.
similar.
Are we?
Our gun season
When I think
comes in.
Wisconsin, I think like ice fishing.
Oh
yeah. There's
Yeah.
guys who are ice fishing by opening weekend, which
Yep.
is like the third weekend in November.
November.
Not this year, but there's years where guys go ice fishing in
I
northern Wisconsin.
can remember in years past guys catching walleyes on the flowages and stuff through 3-4 inches ice, and right after
Yeah.
they shot their buck opening morning.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
You'd go hunting Saturday, and if you either got one, you'd go fishing, or if you
Fishing
didn't get one, you'd booze so hard you couldn't get in the stand the next day, so you'd go
You go
fishing.
fishing. Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
guys hunt Sundays here?
Oh
Yep.
yeah. You guys are under
So
those
nice.
under that law that you cannot
blue
hunt.
law,
That
yeah.
blue law. Yep.
What is that? Well, I've heard about this, but what's the deal? I don't. Why is that a thing?
Because it's always been a
'Cause you're
thing.
supposed to be going to church, damn it.
You should be in church. You should be sitting in a pew, not a tree stand.
Is that really what's going on? Like, is that the purpose?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the origin.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been around forever.
You want to get
could
close to
never-
God,
my
you go to
entire
the
life.
woods. Okay, like what the F is going on over there that you're not going to go to the woods to meet God that day?
Well,
Right.
God's at
What's so
church.
important?
Priorities, bro. Priorities.
That's religion over spirituality. That's but I suppose now it's mostly just accepted and part of the tradition in some degree. Do you think that'll ever change?
Yeah, I think they're working on it. I think it gets like close, and then it gets like shut down right at the last
Who
second.
the
every
F is
year.
shutting that down?
There's
It's-
some
I
other
bet you it's
states that just went through that, and I think there was one that did change.
Was it Vermont?
I didn't know my wife was on the board.
Some eastern or
was
southeastern
one of the eastern
states.
states. I
that
think it-
did. I think they did get it changed,
Was it Vermont?
or they got close to getting it changed.
I think it might have been Vermont.
It was Vermont.
Yeah.
Just recently,
Yeah.
within the last 2
I know.
years.
Yeah.
They open up certain Sundays in Pennsylvania, so
Yeah.
like they're kind of like slowly working
Flirting
towards
They're
it.
they're testing the waters.
I didn't know
a
my
little
wife
bit.
worked on the board over there to keep me home on
Where?
Sundays.
Oh.
That's what's going on. Not my
It's
wife,
usually
but it's
probably
probably
a good
someone's
thing
wife.
for
That's
me.
like, this ain't getting passed. Come hell or high water, it ain't happening.
He is
'cause
staying
He is
home.
coming. He is gonna do laundry today.
yeah.
Like,
It's those guys that are hardcore football watchers. They don't want
Yeah.
who are you rooting
anything.
for in Pennsylvania? What's the team out there?
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
Yeah, yeah.
Philadelphia
Yeah,
Eagles.
they're
No,
hardcore.
it's the birds, guys.
The Eagles.
You guys got two teams.
Down with that Pittsburgh stuff. We just in the Super Bowl.
Those are some hardy,
whatever.
hardy fan bases and hardy teams.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the fan base is heavy in Philadelphia.
Yep.
Obviously. I just yelled at people I just met about it.
There's another fraction of people. Like, we're all rooting for the same thing. No, they're not. No, they're not. Oh, man. I'm not myself tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
You got a case of the DA?
I'm just dragging butt. Like,
so were you walking through the halls at work and feeling something hitting
I was
your ankles?
good all day.
Turned around and looked, and it was your ass.
4 o'clock, I just hit a wall, which is fine. I'd rather have it. Well, unfortunately, like my employer should get the better version of me, I suppose. This doesn't pay the bills.
What do you do full time?
I do. Good question. I don't know if someone can answer that.
You can answer that.
No, I mean, like I don't know how to describe. I'm the director of of digital for PR and communication firm in the outdoor industry called Gunpowder. Of all names.
Well, that's way cooler than my job.
That seems nice.
It's pretty fun. Actually, I really do
Yeah, it
enjoy
sounds
it.
cool.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dream job. I'm not gonna lie.
You do all kinds of crazy shit that no one knows how to do.
Yeah, I suppose
Even
so.
he doesn't know.
Most of the time, you're making it up.
I get a phone call on the way to like, yeah, I'm gonna go see this walleye pro. I don't know fucking. I have
What's
no
a
idea what I'm
walleye?
doing. What am I doing with
What's
this?
a walleye?
I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
No, I've been sneaking off all these years, going on secret walleye fishing trips. I don't know what the fuck a walleye is.
I haven't even brought home any fillets.
That's
Don't
like-
tell my wife.
It's like Wedding Crashers. Go
Yeah.
ahead, the mighty quail. I don't even know what a fucking quail is.
Gonna wear camouflage, hide from the big bad quail.
Oh, what the hell's a walleye?
Why they just had that big scandal, the tournament where they're
yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, that was
stuffing
bad.
the walleyes
When they pulled them up.
with 1 ounce egg sinkers, 1 to 2 ounce egg sinkers, and
That
like,
was the guy.
actual fillets.
That's the guy.
Yeah, it was.
You did a piece on him because he was such a good fisherman.
They were actually catching smaller walleyes, filleting them, and stuffing the fillets in their guts.
I saw they like pulled a set of a Leatherman, like a set of
Hey,
fire
there you
gun
go.
and shit.
Quick! What do you got in your pocket? We got to win this thing.
So that was all over
Terrible.
for a while, but I never really heard what happened. Like
You got in
there
big
had to be
trouble.
restitution, right? Like
Yeah,
they
there's
had to pay
restitution.
back.
Big trouble.
I don't know if it's necessarily finished yet either.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's gonna go on for.
I mean, all the tournaments they could have thrown. That's a lot of
yeah, sure.
restitution.
Speaking of throwing things, I'm sure there was a few rocks and bricks through that guy's windshield.
I just saw a clip of that. Like those guys were ready to like chase them with pitchforks and fire. It was bad.
Pissed. I thought they were going to beat the guy up. When I was watching the video and the guy stood up and he started screaming, "We got weights and fish!"
Yeah,
and everybody.
yep.
I was like, "Oh my god, they got to get that guy out!"
This is a hanging. This
Well,
is
and
going to
that's
be a
what the
hanging.
tournament director's like. You need to leave, and you need to leave now.
Truck and get out of here, Bubba.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to watch. Like all the social
stole a
was
shit
like
ton of money.
foul language ahead, like caution. Jeez.
No, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, we got that. I feel like there's just anything human beings touch. There's just that bad actors are going to emerge and they're going to find slimy ways to do dumb shit and make all the rest of us.
But here's
look
what
bad
I
and
don't
pay for it.
what
It's
I
like,
don't
come on.
get. Like, if these guys have been stuffing these fish in the guts, stuffing their guts with lead. Like I can tell you, I've been in a couple of fishing tournaments, and they scan the fish. Like they got a wand, they can detect metal in the fish.
Oh.
So why weren't these
how'd that
guys?
not happen?
Yeah,
Some
why are they
insider trading
on
going
a
on,
national tournament level?
I'll give you some of the tournament
Oh,
money.
counterfeit money Tony Cordero comes in with.
One of the same guys just got caught with counterfeit.
Ooh.
Paying for the fee with counterfeit money, the tournament
I
fee.
did see that. It was like
That's-
his
What?
father
That's
or something
sneaky.
had
That's a double
counterfeit $100 bill.
Of wrongness.
That's rough.
You
I-
got,
I know how
you
we
got a
can. I know how we
roaster.
can dig the hole deeper, guys. Let's not use real money.
Yeah.
Ed's got a roaster in his basement. This guy's got a printer in his basement making counterfeit.
I'm
frickin-
putting the wrong machinery in my house.
Yeah, Ed,
Apparently.
you got to step up your game.
Do you how,
Maybe
like
I'll
how
bring
do
a
you
guy
live
in
your
as a
life?
partner.
Like what? Your conscience has got to be so effed. Like, don't you just think you'd be looking over your shoulder every single day?
Well, now he
That's
is.
just warped.
Now
How
he
do you
is,
live
dude.
with that? Like, truly, I don't mean like, oh, how do you live with yourself? There's that, but like, how do you literally live? You have to die at such an early age from stress. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, you're not a sociopath, so like, I guess.
Yeah,
you
maybe
won't
there's that.
understand.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
that
have a
probably
conscience, so I
makes a
guess I don't
difference.
count.
But too, like you look at
Yeah.
that, you look at that community just as with deer hunting and every other community. Like those guys are competing against each other, but a lot of them were friends, and maybe they were friends for years, and now all of a sudden, this guy you've known for 5, 6, 7 years, whatever, you've been friends with him.
Feel duped.
You just got duped by the guy. How does that make you feel?
Like he's like,
oh, that walleye sure weighs a lot, Chuck. It doesn't look that big. I know I use the name Chuck. But.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's a fat one.
But that's maybe what the scanning thing, like maybe they started with stuff in fillets because those don't get scanned. And then like what happens if you can't catch little ones to fillet and stuff down the big ones? Well, then you got to resort to what you got in the boat.
Yeah.
Throw the Leatherman in there, Chuck. Throw the freaking egg weight in there, Chuck. Got to win.
Hey, we don't use 2-ounce egg sinkers, do we? Nah, throw them in there too.
That's not too far off from like this Ron Pola situation that gets
I was just thinking that.
He's like,
another one.
Fucking soldering antlers onto another deer. How the hell he did it.
Soldering.
I was doing that all weekend. I was soldering antlers.
I'll bet you
I'm
were.
making.
No, I really was.
I did
like 4 repairs this
antler
weekend.
repair. Yeah. What'd that buck really?
What do you mean
Derek?
soldering antlers on deer? What are you talking about?
Eric doesn't know what he's talking about.
Eric just took like a little of electrical and plumbing and threw it into Mother Nature.
Don't pay attention to
Here,
me.
we're just gonna solder these natural matter antlers on this animal. That sounds like some
metal all day. I'm
But didn't
Frankenstein
Ron,
shit.
Allegedly, Ron Pola, he was like using metal to screw on antlers or something. Like,
he had to use
obviously
something.
It wasn't soldering. I was not accurate in my depiction there.
The idea was sound. He's attaching things that don't belong.
Yeah.
Replacing, repairing.
He wasn't buying stock in 3M.
Like
that's for
Instagram
sure.
likes?
That was before social. But
Yeah.
that was like the days of like, oh,
Ron
you got
Pola?
a big whitetail. We're gonna pay
How old
lots of
are
money.
you? I don't want to be like ageism here. Or anything.
29.
Okay, yeah.
29.
Well,
Probably before him a little bit.
yeah, I mean, you were just a tadpole in your daddy's weasel sack when this was
Holy
happening.
shit, Greg.
Hey, he's the guy who's had 5 whiskeys. Let him make those comments.
Well,
Fine.
I have no filter
rip.
regardless what's in here. But anyway, yeah,
Keep
I
my
mean
mouth
that was in the late 90s, mid to late 90s.
It's a big, yeah.
He was
it's a big
making the
deal.
magazines and yeah.
On Rogan's podcast, Meat Eater was on there. What's his name? Renella, and he was talking about wanting to do a documentary on it. And I thought that'd be cool if he did, because he's got enough money and resources to do like a really deep.
But our buddy Kevin Vistison did a pretty.
I talked to Kevin about it.
pretty
I said,
Hey, he
down
dug
deep.
about
I
as
was like-
deep as I think you're going to get.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't
Kevin,
think-
do you think?
and he's as local as you're going to get.
Well,
to
yeah,
most
but I
of
asked
that.
Kevin, and I said, what did you hear about Renella's maybe going to do? He goes, oh, I can't hold a candle light to what they're going to be able to do.
I don't know. I thought Kevin did a phenomenal job.
I think
He did a
too.
great job.
He did, and I like that he did.
Ed, have you seen any of what we're talking about? Do you know what we're saying at all?
Negative.
Okay, so
Negative.
Mitch
Ed, do you
Rompola.
understand the
wrong.
words that are coming out of my mouth?
Mitch Rompola was a guy who was like making his name in the whitetail world, like doing some
In the
shows, writing,
80s and
did some
90s.
interviews. He's from Traverse City, Michigan. Traverse City, yeah, northern lower Michigan, because everyone in Michigan
Not
calls that
upper,
northern
yeah.
Michigan, but
The
I
mitten.
would call northern Michigan upper Michigan.
The mitten, not the reach around.
But the guy shot like a 36-inch wide world record whitetail, and it just looks unnatural. You've seen the photo probably, but you probably just don't recognize it. But it just something looks really weird about it. And then when you look at some of his other
X-ray?
bucks, yep. And and that was
refused
the
to do
thing
the
is he
X-ray.
I know
refused to X-ray, and then the deer supposedly burned up in a fire, a house fire.
Yeah.
And, like,
yeah,
it's
I
this
heard- I actually
whole-
might have been on road.
Yeah, this whole tragic story about this BS deer or whatever.
But that's just like putting lead in fish, putting antlers on deer. Like
The lengths people will
come
go.
on. Just if you put that energy into actually doing a damn good job and just doing what you love, and you would probably get a lot farther in life because this stuff catches up with you. The truth will always come out. Always.
Yeah.
You can't run
It's
from
just
it.
exhausting. Yeah.
You
got to always have like a story straight. It's just exhausting.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
don't
That's what I'm
think
saying. Like you got to keep all this shit straight in your head. Like
It's
no,
just like,
that's why I couldn't date multiple girls at a time when I was young. I was like, I'm gonna mess up a name. It's not gonna
I
go
got
well for
buddies
me.
that were like that. It's just like, dude, that's exhausting.
One girl
You got
guy.
How many phones?
Is that worth it? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You don't. I don't want to get slapped. What'd you call me? Shit. Which one are you? I don't know. I'm not that guy. I can't keep a lie. I would never. I can't lie at all. I'm a bad liar.
I could see that.
I mean, it's not
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
I've
just
been
start
lying to you since I met you.
You know what's
don't
funny?
even know it.
Yeah, I would. No, I'm also very gullible. But you know what's funny? Like, I'll play poker, and I am so bad.
You get the shittiest poker face.
I'm bad too.
So, but I've used this as my.
So you come with a pocket full of pennies, not dollars.
No. Hear me out. Here's my strategy. I'll share with
here it
everybody
is.
because I don't play poker that often. I'll forget. But every card I get, every hand I get, I get the same sheet and grin every time because when I actually get good cards, I can't hide it. So I have to pretend like every time I got something good. And everyone's like, God, I can't. Why are you so excited over there, Eric? And I'm like,
So do you use that as one of your
That's why you don't
strengths?
get invited to play poker anymore.
I have to do like a reverse
Psychology
poker face.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, because I can't hide my poker
shitty.
face.
Lady Gaga,
Every-
Taylor Swift's redoing that
every
song,
hand is
reverse
a shit-eating
poker
grin.
face.
That's my strategy because I can't lie. I can't lie. If I get a good card, I'm like, oh fuck, how am I gonna hide this? I can't do it. Yeah, poker's fun. Do you guys got any like traditions up there in PA at deer camp that goes on?
Just drink a bunch, obviously. Just drink a bunch and try to get it out there.
That sounds like a deer camp
From here.
amongst, above a certain latitude. That's
You
deer
got to stay
camp.
warm. I mean, alcohol doesn't actually keep
Cold,
you warm,
like
but
we talked earlier.
yeah.
It gets cold.
yeah, it does. Levi Carey says, "I want the hoodie that you have on, Ed."
The Theodore
Yeah.
Roosevelt.
Look at that.
That is a good.
Yeah.
That is a pretty-
That's a good one.
I heard that Black Rifle Coffee came up with that.
Yeah. Did they
No,
have-
I ripped them off.
Sorry, was that too soon, Ed? Was that too soon?
I had my tattoo artist copy.
Oh. Oh no, he dropped off. He froze and then just that was it. He dropped. I wonder if his internet.
Black
went
Rifle
south.
Coffee
They-
cut him off.
They sniped him.
He's done.
Oh, we lost him totally.
Teddy Roosevelt had nothing on that. He'll come if he comes back. We'll just bring him right back in. I'm not fretting about it. I think we'll see him in a minute. I'm wondering if either his computer when that happens like that, either his computer died or his internet got crapped on. That's not on our end for a change.
The struggle is real.
Win for the good guys.
The struggle is real. We always have a struggle. We can't have a full podcast without something. Last time that this thing shut down, this YOLO box. Sometime before that, something happened that I can't remember. I probably blacked it out. I was hoping I was have my new buck in here tonight. I don't have it.
Oh, you lost your Fuzzy
Frank
Wuzzy.
Lost my
fuzzy-
rubber.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Got to protect.
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't so fuzzy, was he?
There you go. Get your pop filter back on. Oh, you're rubbing it all up in
Oh,
your beard. Jeez.
Got to put my stank on
old
it.
gray beard here. Getting
Right
some
away.
grays.
Ageism.
I'm getting some grays in my mustache, and it makes it look like I'm missing hair in my mustache. So it looks weird.
Like you got punched in the face or something?
You got a little grays in the beard coming in there.
Yeah, I got lots of grays.
Yeah, I got lots of grays.
It's real funny. I started turning over my chest. Yeah.
Well, we lost Ed.
Well, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
If he comes back, we'll bring him back on. If we don't, I'll have to just call him.
Yeah, he's a pretty
After.
nice guy.
I like his demeanor a lot.
Very.
Yeah.
I appreciate him. I'm
He could
glad.
he could be a call-in co-host every once in a while.
Yeah, he's got a really good aura. Is that a thing? I like his energy.
I like
He's
his
got good energy, bro. We should chill sometime over a smoothie.
Jesus.
Yeah, Netflix and chill with you.
Some butter
Boy.
coffee.
Well, you're the one who's got the little
You like-
snickerdoodle coming out the front here.
right away.
Snickerdoodle.
What's that called?
Snickerdoodle?
A Baldersnatch?
I don't have any
Duck's
hair.
ass.
Oh, hey, if you're listening in, so just we'll take this moment to Housekeep or whatever it's called. You can find me and Tyler and Matt Strime at the Wisconsin Dells Open Season Sportsman's Show. That's a lot of words. At the Kalahari Resort this weekend, Friday to Sunday. So if you're in the Wisconsin-ish area, he's back.
Sounds like a lot of folks going to that, by the way.
Come say hi. Uh-oh.
Like people saying, hey, stopping by the booth.
Your computer died.
There he is.
Uh-oh, your cell phone connection's trash. There's no audio coming through.
And he froze.
I see no green lines on my audio.
There we go.
There it is.
There he is.
Atta girl.
Hey, welcome,
girl.
welcome to the show,
And
Ed.
we're back.
Hey!
My bad, guys.
Cue
You're
the
talking all
Okayest
that
Center
shit about
podcast.
Black Rifle Coffee, so I knocked my tripod over. No, I'm just
Touche.
Did your computer die or what happened?
died.
I knew it. I called it. We were just saying how much we thought you were a terrible guest. Just kidding.
I guess it was almost dead. It went dead. I was like, oh.
Of course.
No, you're back. We were just talking. We were saying good things about you. We thought it was a good episode.
I was like, oh, so Bush League, Ed. Come on.
No, this is the podcast where this kind of stuff happens.
Bush League is usually
We're
our
not
territory.
ashamed.
Yeah,
ashamed of it.
you're in good company here.
Any other podcast would be losing their marbles. Oh no! Oh, what do we do? And we're like, well, that's the third time this week.
No big deal.
Right. It's
Pour another bourbon.
Time.
So yeah, let's wrap it up and tell folks
What we were talking about.
Tell folks where they can find all your stuff, and when you get this business back up here, where should they go?
Yeah, so OurGroundsCoffeeCo.com is our website. You can follow us on Instagram. Like I said, I tried the TikTok thing out. I'll probably retry that again, but that's just Our Grounds Coffee Co. for everything for social media.
That's good. Just do YouTube shorts. It'll probably all just go there anyways, and you don't get restricted for stuff.
Yeah,
you can
probably
post,
should.
You can post dead bodies there. It's not a
Yeah,
problem.
it's ridiculous how many shorts show up.
Can you really post dead bodies?
Dead bodies of bucks.
You can.
Of bucks. I
Dead
didn't say
buck bodies?
human. Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't
Oh,
say
okay.
human bodies.
I like dead buck bodies.
Seems nice.
Yeah.
Seems nice.
The neck on that thing.
I've heard of them.
No, I was just saying some housekeeping things on our end. We got trade show coming up, so if you're not in Pennsylvania and you're in Wisconsin, come see us there. And we got some new products launching there. We got the new duck hats, and also the pew pew sleeve for your
Not condoms. He's not giving out condoms.
You say pew pew or
rifle
poo
sleeve,
poo?
right?
Pew pew sleeve.
yeah rifle
Say
sleeve.
that in my
shotgun
high
sleeve.
school class. People.
It's like the in between
What the-
case and not case, but it counts as cased. I was trying to get creative with how to talk about it on TikTok so I don't get it taken down. And someone said, just call it a pew pew case. Pew pew. I'm like, okay. I was just gonna say, what do you want to put in the sock, and then have people run with it.
Yeah, that'll take a multiple different turns, I'm sure.
Sure, it'll get
Slide her
weird.
in the sock and let her rip.
Can you pull the trigger while it's in the sock?
Sure can.
Hey, Game Warden, if you came up and there's a hole in the sock, what are you
There's so
doing?
many directions this could go right now, and I could start flapping my gum, but I won't.
Let's take it down all of them.
Yeah, nope.
Let's
not
have a
doing it.
jam session. Ready?
No,
Go. Ed, you're in.
You ever seen that series Big Mouth?
No.
Oh boy. Anyway,
This glass keeps getting emptier and emptier.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
play.
you
some-
found the
I'm gonna
bottom
play
again.
I'm gonna play some outro music, and that's it today. I think.
and this is where we're
I don't know which one.
end this.
There's like some of these that I like. Which one is this one?
the bottom.
Holes to dig. Let's
It's
play
not.
holes to dig.
It's not as bright to green.
There it is. Holes to dig. You heard it first. You heard it last. You heard it here on the Okayest podcast. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ed, thanks, man, for being on our show tonight.
Yeah, and if all else fails, keep your whistle wet and your pants dry.
You got any one-liners you want to send us off with?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
That's your one-liner? You gotta have something better than that. Do you like your coffee dark or light? I don't know. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
That got weird.
Sorry, I got like every other word.
Yeah. I
You're lucky. I mean, you're really lucky.
Yeah,
you
you're
only
lucky.
got 50%
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. You only got half of it. Lord have mercy.
All right.